Hey, we're having a little bit of a celebration today. Anna pointed out that it was 4 years ago that I did my first YouTube video. I went and asked the president judge about whether I could make a video in the law library, and he basically said, knock yourself out. And so I went into that law library, which is very seldomly used, and I opened up my computer, and I had to figure out how to make videos for the first time because I thought it was a good way to reach people. And also because I had been pivoting my business completely to doing nothing except clearing criminal records with pardons, expungements, and clean slate petitions. So after 4 years, I think we have 100,000 views. And it has been a very effective way to reach people, but it was started only 4 years ago. And so here's a little celebration. In the past 4 years, some of the changes we've seen have involved the length of the pardon process. It used to be that the pardon process would take about 2 to 3 years, I'd say back between 2010 and 2015. And then slowly, the pardon process and the fact that you can clear misdemeanor and felony convictions with a pardon was not very widely known. And slowly over time, it's become more and more known, and more people are trying to take advantage of this service. And so as more and more people, actually hundreds or thousands, jump into line to have their applications reviewed by the Board of Pardons, naturally the line gets longer, and the Board of Pardons can review about 400 to 500 every year because those 5 board members have other things to do. But they're devoted to the process, they're committed to it. 75% of pardons are being recommended and granted by Governor 𝗀𝗵𝘁. So those are the changes in the past 4 years. You just need to think farther ahead. Also, if you had an old marijuana misdemeanor and you were thinking, well, I'll wait till it's 10 years old to get into line, maybe with a 3 to 5 year review process, although marijuana would be expedited, maybe you should only think about waiting 5 to 7 years. Get that process started 3 to 5 years before you're really going to care about it, especially if you're going into professions that require licensing or background checks or things like that. Today, I spoke with someone who wants to go into nursing homes to help take care of older people. Great profession, she wants to do it, but she has 4 felony 3s, nonviolent check writing things from back in 2010. And she's precluded. These 15-year-old convictions show up, they get her denied. Field where we need good nursing assistance, we need nursing care, not me personally, but others. And she wants to give to older people, which is truly compassionate, and she's being blocked. These criminal records never stop giving out their damages until they're removed and pardoned and expunged, and then life picks up again. Other changes in the past 4 years that have been really good for the pardon process, or maybe 5 years. Back when we used to file pardons in paper at the board, we would get notice of the fact that our client was scheduled for a pardon presentation in the Supreme Court room of the capital of Pennsylvania up in Harrisburg. I've had clients that have had to fly in from Alaska to meet me to sit in the Supreme Court room, to sit through these 5 to 10 minute interviews in order to find out if their case was going to be recommended to the governor. That would mean a day of sitting in a very nice, ornate Supreme Court room and just watching hearing after hearing after hearing. I started going up there, I think back in 2012, 2013, just watching all hearings all day. Anyway, when COVID hit, the board didn't want to stop reviewing pardons, but they didn't want to have a whole lot of in-person contact. Courts started Zoom to meet individual criminals, and the pardon board started to interview people by Zoom. The state has a very good data communications team, and they figured out how to do all this stuff on Zoom and promote it on the website. And so now when we get a request to do an interview, it's on our phone or our computer, that I would prep my people for ahead of time, but it really helps the efficiency of it. I don't have a 45-minute drive to or from Harrisburg, and they can do hearing after hearing. I think they can actually interview more people more efficiently. So that's a big change that actually was one of the positive side effects of COVID. Have a good day. We're still celebrating.